Hey, traders, welcome back, welcome back. It is 2019, and I am ready to make this the best year of your trading life, and hopefully mine. There's a saying, do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a saying, something like that, that if you help people, then good things will happen back to you, right? So that's what do they pay it forward or something like that. You know where I'm going with this. I'm here to help you. So without further ado, let's jump into 2019 and make it a great year for you and for me. Okay, so I want to share something that I have been talking about in my floor trader room on StockTwits. If you are not a member of my room, sign up, get over there, search for me, Floor Trader, and you will see all of my trades here. So I closed my final position today on Knights, and as you can see here, I made about $1,200 on that, not bad. But I also made a comment that that I was waiting before putting on. I had about 10 positions on, and you can see since opening this room, 8 were winning trades and 2 were losers. For net profits of about 7%, which is not bad, considering the room's only been open for a month or two. I know I had 2 big losers though, Cron and TSRO. If I could get those two out of the equation, believe me, you might say, well, Steve, they count, but they don't really count because one of them was a takeover and it went from 30 to 75. That one was really painful, and the other one was not a takeover, but it was $1 billion investment. So that took a chunk. That took like 10%. And those are 2 very unusual events. Otherwise, this would be a 17% return. Anyways, I wanted to talk about the manufacturing data that has just come out. And I post this chart here. Now, if you don't follow manufacturing, you should. Okay? And the reason why you should is if you go back and look historically when this is under 50 and then follow what happens to the stock market after that, you're going to see that this is a very powerful indicator. All right, it's a forward-looking indicator, and if you just go back and see what happens when it's contracting versus when it's expanding, you'll see this indicator is probably one of the most powerful indicators that you can use to get market direction. Now, I want to caution you. Do not try to day trade with this indicator because you're going to get your ass handed to you. This indicator is used more as a quarterly guide. Okay, not a month by month guide. So, for example, if the last 3 months have been higher, expect the next month to be higher. If the last 3 months of that have been higher, expect the next month to be higher. If the last 3 months have been lower, expect the next month the market to be lower. It's more of a quarterly guide. It's not really used for day trading, but it can be very powerful for swing trading. So I follow it. Okay, it's got a sister indicator that is also very powerful. And we're going to get that data out, I think, tomorrow. No, it looks like it's going to come out probably on Monday, and that is the non-manufacturing. So one of them measures manufacturing, the other one measures services, lawyers, doctors, things like that, right? Sales, salespeople, those types of things. So follow these 2 things. They can predict the market direction very, very accurately. I use them all the time, but I am going to give you a word of caution. Again, I'm going to repeat it because it needs to be repeated. Do not try to day trade with it. It's a longer term way of looking at the market. Now, some people say to me, Steve, well, what else do you use to get market direction right? Well, one of the other tools that I use as confirmation to get my market direction right is I like to look at unusual options activity. And one of the reasons why I use Thinkorswim is because it has this beautiful scanner built into it. And you can see by this scanner, if I run a scan, just looking for options with over 2,500 contracts that have traded. Uh, and I say days to expiry. I have a minimum 10, maximum 66 here. So I want to see everything in the next 2 months, right? If you just take a look at all this activity and you filter it by volume here, you'll see put, call, call. If I go down this list, you can see massively favoring puts. Now when we get down to some lower ones, there's puts and calls, but the highest volume ones, anything from 50,000 to let's just say 20,000, the vast majority of those are puts. So why is that important? Well, this tells me that the smart money, at least for the next 66 days in the short term, is looking at a downside to the market. And you might say, Steve, well, these could be hedges. Yes, that is true. They could be hedges, and maybe they are. I really won't know. But what I do know is I see a massive amount of volume on the put side. Okay, and that really helps me to get an idea and feel for what's going on in the market. So that being said, that is my first gift to you. How do you come up with market direction? That is how I do it. I basically look at the fundamentals of the drivers of the economy, which is manufacturing and non-manufacturing, and really those aren't the drivers of the economy. If somebody wants to know whether stocks are going up or going to go down, it's all about future earnings growth. Let me write that out, because if you really want to know the big secret, if a stock is going to go higher or lower, cancel. What you really want to pay attention to is the most important thing in the world, and that is, I'll make it nice and big so you can all see it. The secret sauce to trading is future earnings growth. Okay? And that looks really ugly. Future earnings growth. There you have it. If you want to know if a stock is going to go higher or lower, figure out whether or not its future earnings growth in the next quarter and the quarter after is going to be better or worse. And if you can figure that out, you'll have the real secret sauce to whether a stock is going to go higher or lower. You can also hint, look at it and see what it did since the last quarter. Okay, I made a whole video on that. You can go and check that out. So if you're not already a member, subscribe to my service. Now, this is all great and dandy. So now I have a bias looking at all this data that the market should be bearish, and the fundamentals are telling me it should be bearish, but still, I now have to make sense of it. I now have to read that chart, right? And this is why people who just use technical analysis, they're just in the dark. They're just blah, 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 blah. God knows what they're doing. I mean, I actually know what they're doing because I used to do it. But you're just trading in the dark. You really don't have any idea. You're missing pieces of the puzzle. So technical analysis won't help you. I teach the most powerful technical analysis in the world, and that is my proprietary floor trader method of reading the charts to decipher order flow. And so once you've been through my course and once you've seen and you understand how to read order flow, now you have to look at the chart and say, okay, well, the market's bearish, but how bearish is it, right? I mean, where should I be bearish? Should I be bearish up here, right? Should I sell here? Should I get in right now? Should I wait for it to break down below this low? Right? So having an idea of what the market is going to do by looking at fundamentals is great, but it's only going to help you so much because you have to know how to read this order flow to know, I need to get in now, or no, I need to wait till this level, or no, I need to wait till this level, right? And so again, the market and trading, folks, even if I gave you, even if by giving away the most powerful indicators in the world, and what the big and smart money does and how they make decisions and what they look at, it won't help you if you don't know how to read a chart, right? And by reading a chart, I'm not just meaning looking at a pattern, a flag or whatever the heck it is. That stuff doesn't work. Okay, you have to have a method of contextualizing it. If you want to learn how to do that, right, run on over to my website. I am actively taking new students for 2019. I only have one person booked so far for this year. So I wish I could say I'm booking up fast, but I'm not. That's why I'm doing videos and giving away free stuff. Hopefully you'll like what you hear, and you will head over and take my full training. Trust me, you will not regret it. All of my students, whether they make $1 million, $2 million, or whether they make $2,000, all of them are very happy with the results they get from my coaching. Okay, thank you, and bye for now. Hope you enjoyed that gift. Bye-bye.